So if consumers are consistently being told that they are this person by how they behave on search, right? You're maybe gradually, you could say, you're gradually imploding with the results of your decisions, your searches for the past year, 2 years, however long. But what happens when that individual wants to break from their habit? You know, what happens if, you know, you've had this pet for 5 years, you've done a lot of pet searches, then suddenly you find you're not interested in pets anymore. Is there some way to push a button and opt out of where Google sees you?
Yes, this question of recency. So just a couple days ago, there was actually a challenge to the, you know, that in Germany especially, there's a very strong right to be forgotten online. There's that Google has been required to allow people to wipe their histories and also wipe content about them. And I think this is a real problem, both because, you know, people do want to, there are times when they want to maintain privacy, and there are countries where, by the way, I mean, like, we take this for granted sometimes, but in places where where freedom of expression does not exist, right? How is it that you make sure that your activities can be conducted in secret? And what's interesting is there have been technological responses to this. So, for example, end-to-end encrypted chat is now pretty broadly accessible to consumer populations. But being able to go into the search engine, the browser itself, and forget somebody, like Google very savvily built this into Chrome. Chrome, you log into the browser, not just into the website. And that gives them tremendous power and visibility over your history. And I think that you raise it's the right question to ask. But the short answer is that there's no delete button, right? Unless you truly detach and start over, but it's very difficult to be selective and to say, you know, I'd really rather for the next, you know, for this period of my life or to separate out these pieces of my lives. It's much harder to do. One final thought on that. My wife is a journalist, and journalists are now being trained specifically into how to maintain that type of security to avoid exposing their sources. It's a really, really big issue in First Amendment rights and journalism right now.